Good evening. This is Cab. Here to drive you crazy. I'm not really in the best of moods right now. I had received some information the other day that has really put a big hole in my travel plans. And essentially, this was something that was mentioned from before and could have been worked on a little bit more, but at the time, it never seemed like anything that was actually that much of an importance. So that's why I didn't put too much consideration into it. But as officially of August 25th, there was an announcement from the Bureau of Immigration from the Philippines that had sent out a full, I think, like 2-3 page letter that had informed about entry visas. Entry visa right now is going to be the biggest topic about today, simply because of the fact that without this entry visa, according to at least what was printed up in this post only back on the 25th from the Bureau of Immigration, BI, that without this entry visa, I may not be allowed to actually go into the Philippines. Even after like my 2 day stay of confirming my COVID test and all that kind of stuff, without this potential entry visa that I'm supposed to have, I may not be able to stay. And that's not 100% confirmed right now, but from everything that I've heard, there was always the talk about needing return flights or a continuation flights was the visa of a U.S. citizen who was given a free 30 days tourist visa, as long as you had one of those two requirements showing that you had a returning flight, or if you're showing that you're only in transit and proceeding to go into another country after that. But even with that requirement, this new entry visa is actually something completely brand new that was mandated for any kind of entrance into the Philippines now, which is why this is becoming a big problem. All of today I have spent going between the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services in Honolulu, as well as the actual Philippine Embassy in Honolulu as well. The big problem, like I was stating upon this, is the fact that the shutdown of Hawaii is tomorrow. As of today, which is still the 26th of August, tomorrow the 27th will initiate the next 2 weeks of shutdown, and that just makes anything I need even that much more difficult to actually obtain now, because this information was only given to me yesterday to figure out only today the one chance I had to be able to even work on it. And the reason why I have such a big problem with this was the fact that I went down to the buildings. Both of them were by appointments only. The numbers never really gave me anything to, get better information for. The closest thing I had was the actual immigration service, which gave me a phone number to get in contact with them. And even having been, going through the information and trying to figure out whatever I could by the electronical part of it, it was not helping. And I would have had to have been on a phone call hold for like 36 minutes until the next potential representative was going to be available, and even then still would not know if I actually would get the information that I wanted. Because again, right now the only information I need is actually to obtain this entry visa. And that's why the next part about it, where I actually went to the embassy to actually ask about obtaining this entry visa, and the only thing that was ever told to me when I got there was there's a website to get the information that I need, which it does not give me the information I need. It gives me, like, if I'm trying to go there for a foreign spouse, trying to bring a foreign spouse, and like something else, which is not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for an entry visa, which is showing as a requirement needed to be able to enter into the country. And they were telling me only by appointment, have to set up everything by filling out everything online to turn in to this email that I have to send my personal information to this email, then have that email send me the response back if I'm qualified to get this visa, which again is only for the other 3 things that I had mentioned, which is not what I need. I need the entry visa, not a spouse visa, not a tourist visa or whatever. I'm needing this entry visa to go there. The biggest reason why this is being such a stress to me is because I am continuously still finding out more information. I was able to find out I have to book my own hotel as soon as I get to the Manila to wait out for my COVID results. They said that meals will be provided, drinks won't be provided, but I need to have like the document of my wedding. I need the documents of the hotel that I've already confirmed a booking for, to be able to say as soon as I get to Manila, I have a place to stay while waiting for my test results to be given back. I've paid for the plane ticket already a full week and a half ago, and I've already paid for my information on my immigration paperwork for me to be able to live over there. Has all been set up, processed, taken care of. All this money has already been spent. I had taken majority of all the money that I had from my savings to be able to convert it already into Filipino pesos, so that way by the time I get there I have most of my money in the Filipino currency and still can go over there with a few US dollars for any other legal paperwork that may need to be paid for in US dollar. I've already told you about selling my car, and I've already told my job when my last day of work is supposed to be. So right now I'm really in a big limbo, because they're telling me if without this entry visa they have no problem to just send the person who flew into Manila and send them right back to where they're supposed to go. I've done so much already to apply, to set up, given up, prepare, but just because of this one thing that happened just the other day, all of this that I have basically done right now has turned to mud. That's the best way I can confirm it right now, because imagine that, selling your car, saying that you're not going to have your job in a couple of weeks from now. Know that all your money currency has been changed to a Filipino currency that is meaningless here in America. And know that everything that I've had in possessions I am selling off, because I need just the extra cash to be able to have right now. And a lot of the stuff that I've sold off, I don't know if I'm ever going to get back, because I know I was initially just getting rid of it to be able to go on this trip and move and be living with my wife. Right now I don't know exactly what I can do. All I could ever do is just ask for help, because again, the only thing I could ever ask for right now is information. No one I know is going through what I am going through right now, because obviously there's a difference between having it done normal and having this done during a pandemic like we are right now. That's why I hope to share this video and branch out a little bit. I'm not expecting people to really help me that much. Not trying to say that there wouldn't be people who would, but I know it's just a difficult situation that people are already going through for themselves. Most people trying to make sure that they can uphold their jobs, and trying to deal with the potential for this next lockdown as well. And that's what the other problem is, again, with this lockdown. These government official buildings, the embassy that I went to, the immigration building that I just went to, all these places are going to get shut down for the next 2 weeks, and I'm not going to have a chance to even apply or talk or get any more information from them now because of the shutdown. Today was my only day to do anything, to get any information from them, get any kind of paperwork or understanding. And the only thing that was ever given to me as soon as I was even at like the Philippine embassy was, if your information was not presented, not given, and not put in through the system before you came here, the only thing you were supposed to do when you came here was to pick up that visa. So if you did not fill out any of this paperwork to actually implicate for it, there's no reason for us to help you. I don't want to sound rude, but I just went there to try and get the information that was needed to be able to apply for this visa. And they didn't even want to help me with that. They said if none of the paperwork was done, there's no point in helping you. I fully am aware that that's kind of the situation we're in right now, because again, there's no holding hands and babying your way through this kind of stuff. And I'm not expecting to be babied or have my hand held during any of this. This is just for me to be able to figure out what is the necessary things needed. Again, I don't want to try drag this one out too long, because I know for a fact that there is more information I need to start figuring out. I just wanted to make this video to post out to say I am asking if there's anybody that knows anyone who can give information, anyone who knows anyone who can provide the necessary document needs for these visas, these entry visas, where I can even go to apply for these entry visas, because that's the biggest thing too, is knowing that I don't know where to get this visa. If the embassy is not providing it, if the immigration isn't providing it, where do I get it? Again, thank you for listening to this video. I am Cab, and I'm here to drive you crazy. Thank you for listening. God bless, aloha, and take care.